Okay, what we have here is a T-Smart XBM 13. This is a little bigger than normal toy helicopter, and you can see here it's like maybe like 14 inches, 13 inches long. Comes with a few things. Let me run through what you get with this helicopter. Get a DVD. This is like an instructional DVD. I was pretty impressed with this DVD. They did a good job. Had a lot of good information on LiPo batteries, what to do with charging, safety stuff, how to fly it. A few points on this that are good to know just in general if you're not real familiar with these helicopters is for battery care, you don't want that battery getting real hot. So a lot of people run their helicopter full blast and then they go immediately and plug it into charge, and that's not the ideal. What you want to do with these LiPo batteries is you run them, you let them cool down for about a half hour, and then you start charging again. And that's something it mentioned in the video that was pretty cool. A few more things that, it talked about safety precautions, all that kind of stuff, like don't stick your finger in there, the blades are spinning fast, kind of the obvious stuff. It also mentioned something that is obvious for some people, is that these don't fly very well in windy conditions, and that's coaxial helicopters just can't handle the wind. So if you live in an area where and you want to fly this thing outdoors, you're going to have to deal with the wind, and just don't handle the wind. So I'd say just don't fly them outside in the wind if you've got a windy area. But another thing this comes with is these little foam trainer cushions. These are kind of cool. You can put them on the sleds, and when it lands hard, this will help cushion the impact. Comes with 2 rotor blades replacements and a tail replacement. Also comes with the charger. The way the charger works is you plug this into the wall, the light's off. Then you plug this into your little jack here. This plugs in, and then the light comes on while it's charging. When the light turns off, you know it's done charging. Took about 20 minutes for this to charge. When I've done it, I didn't time it, but it was around 20 minutes or so. Let me go over the controller. You can see in the back there you got a transmitter, and it's it's like 27 megahertz. You can do this indoor, outdoor. It's kind of cool when you have a helicopter you can fly indoor and outdoor. The range is supposed to be like 30 meters. I don't know if you'll ever need to fly a long ways away. I've flown this outside a few times and it flies pretty good. Let me go over this controller here. You've got a few buttons. You got this on-off button for the lights. Here, I'll plug it in real quick just so you can see the lights. It has a lot of lights on this thing. I was impressed with how many lights, maybe too many, but the fact that you can turn the lights off was kind of cool. You can see lights go up all up and down underneath the tail, all along the sides. Here's the on button for the transmitter. It blinks while it sinks. Also, it has a blink when the battery's low. Here's the off button for the lights. You got the trim adjustment right there. When this first comes up, it might spin in one direction. You can tweak it out and get it stable, real stable hover by adjusting the trim. And I was impressed with the hover. This has got a good hover. It's pretty stable. Has a Pro button here, which is really just a way you can have it full throttle, or not full throttle, full battery, 100% battery. And if you put it on beginner, it puts it to 70%. I thought this thing sounded a little rough. I don't know what it was about this helicopter, but it just sounded kind of rough. I'm a big fan of helicopters that sound cool, and to me it just didn't sound perfectly smooth. Let me do a quick little spin for you. I don't know if you could hear that, but to me it sounds rough. When I ran it, it was a little rough. Plastic on plastic grinding. Maybe that's just lubrication. I don't know what it is. One thing I do like, and it said in the instructions not to do this, but I did it because I like to do this, because I've got a fancy LiPo charger, and with that adapter that was cool that I could just plug this into my LiPo charger and charge it up. That was the one thing I liked. The main things I don't like about this, I had maybe 2 main complaints. It's hard to put my finger on it, but when you get up close and you're holding and touching it and flying it, it seems kind of cheap compared to some of the other ones out there. I don't know what it is about it, but it just seems a little bit cheap. The controller's a little cheaper than some of the other toy class RC helicopters. Just something about it seemed kind of homely. The main complaint I've got is, let me look at that time. This only had 2 minutes and 21 seconds of flight time. Now, flight time is for me, the way I define that is above 4 feet high. So, you know, I got this up in the air and I could only keep it up there for 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Maybe I have a bad battery, maybe it's just bad luck, but I've had pretty bad luck with this company, T-Smart. I bought a few things from them and everything seems just a little bit cheap, a teeny bit on the cheap side. You know, batteries are cheap, something about the plastic is cheap. It's hard to describe. So overall, I'd probably give this a thumbs up, especially if you get it inexpensively, if you don't have to pay a lot of money for it. It's big thumbs up because it's big. And if you live in a place where you have a big space, I'd say get this thing. You can fly it indoors. If you have maybe a place with no wind, you might want to try this out too. But if you're not going to upgrade the battery, I'd probably say, or you're going to, you know, have a comparison with another one, I'd probably give this one a thumbs down if you aren't going to upgrade the battery yourself. And yeah, I'll give you some quick video of this thing flying around the house, which I don't have a lot of space, and then I'll give you what this thing looks like flying it in 10-mile-an-hour winds, which is a real bad idea. Here's a quick demonstration on how fast the helicopter can climb. I'm going to go full throttle to climb.